Hello and welcome to another episode of Kitze, whatever episode this is. I have no freaking idea. I was just in the middle of procrastinating on doing important things, and I'm like, should I do that or should I do customer emails? Should I do whatever? And suddenly something clicks in my head. Oh shit, the podcast was a thing, and I'm like, yeah, but I need to done and I need to go and change and do this and that and I'm like, stop it, you're gonna record as it is. And other kids is like, yeah, but what if you have something in your teeth and you didn't do the what? Stop it, you're gonna record it right fucking now, and this is what we're doing. I'm not gonna press cancel, I'm not gonna re-record the intro or whatever. It is what it is. Episode whatever the fuck, it's back. Jesus Christ. Like I think like the more things were happening, the less I wanted to do this, because like I've been traveling for 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks. I've been in Macedonia, which had I brought all my microphone equipment. I brought everything there because I thought Kitze is not stopping. Nothing's gonna stop this train, right? And then what stopped this train is the shitty upload speed they have in Macedonia at my in-laws' place, because it was horrible. And I tried even uploading a simple video to Twitter, and it was not possible, especially with my 5-minute limits. Because if I use Typefully here we go, first tangent. I'm using Typefully for tweeting, but Typefully has a video limit. So the only way for me to upload longer videos on Twitter is if I'm using my own app, Come Back Later, which allows me for 5 minutes. And usually that's enough on my internet speed, which is not great here with Starlink. But in Macedonia, it was freaking horrible. So I just build on the idea of having a podcast. So no matter how much I compress it, no matter what I do, I guess I found it as a good excuse not to upload videos, because if I would just let it upload overnight and I just compress the shit out of it, it would have been better than me not uploading at all. But fuck it, we're back. So it's been a week and more since I came back from the trip, and I still couldn't get myself into the mood for recording a podcast. And things have I don't know how to conclude how things were going, because it's with your boy. It's a real roller coaster. It's up and down. And one of the roller coasters that happened while I was in Macedonia, I'm gonna show it to you right now, and you're gonna be proud of me. I did it. I finally got to the thing. I won the prize, the award. We're finally there, baby. Let's fucking go. I'm trying to navigate here in Benji to show you. Your boy. Let me just schedule that drum roll. 3, 2, 1. Got to 100 kilos again. Yay! He did it! And he also has a bug, so these numbers here show like 0, 0, 0, way too many zeros. But anyway, the point is, this is, you remember the last cycle, right? You remember the cycle, like here, the 92 in February. Then we went up, 93, 94, 95, 96, 96, 90, whatever. And I went to Macedonia and I didn't weigh in for like 20 days. And when I come back, I weighed in at 100.25 kilos. So I was like, you got to get your shit together. You got to take things seriously. So what I've done is, let me pause. So what I've done is I added a new feature called fitness goals. No fitness goal, weight goals. So you can actually set a goal. My goal is to be 85 kilos on 1st of September 2024. That is the date that my sister has a wedding. And whatever, I don't want to go into details about that, but the point is I want to be 85 kilos. I think I would be super happy with 90 or even 91 or 92, because I think with 85 I'm going to lose a lot of muscle, especially if I do it in a period of 3 months. But I've set this as a goal, and since then, like I reached 100.5, and then I've been going down 99.7, 99.7, 99.7, 99.6. Well, I didn't go down that much, but it's more than 400 grams actually, because it's been 100.5. So it's like almost, did I lose? Yeah, like almost a kilo. Tomorrow is going to be that I've lost a kilo. It's going to take a while. So it's going to take me 3 months to get back to whatever weight, and then we're going for vacation. I'm going to the Infobip Shoftrends. Yeah, it's a Shoftrends, to the Infobip conference and in Croatia, and then from Croatia we're going to Alicante, and hopefully I'm not going to do as much damage as I did in Macedonia. The problem is we're going to Macedonia again from the middle of August to the middle of September, but this time I'll try to get my shit together. The problem is I'm healing. Like there are things that I'm supposed to be doing, there are things that I'm not happy with, like some things in my career, some things in my startups, in my life and whatever. And I'm just healing myself with food. That's what I'm doing. It's not like I'm hungry. It's not like I'm like, I don't know how to explain it. I've explained it many times in the podcast. It's just, I'm using it when I don't know what to do, when I'm on a path and I'm like, oh, this is too complex to think about. Let me just go back in the kitchen and just grab some food. That's what I've been doing. So this time, another thing I want to do differently is I want to track my macros, and it hasn't been going the best. So I thought that, oh fuck, I clicked the wrong thing. I thought that I'm going to be super serious about it. Let me just show you. I added this new feature in Benji with AI that tracks your macros with AI. So I can log some food. Let me see, what did I have today? So I have like a Greek yogurt with a scoop of 25 grams of protein. Even though it's AI, when you tell it scoop of protein, it still just guesses whatever the fuck scoop is. So I have to tell it like 25 grams of protein, blueberries, almond flakes, and coconut flakes. This has been my jam. Before I save this, like a few things that blew my mind is that you can have many scoops of whey protein per day and it's not going to do harm to your body. What? What? Why? I've been scared since the dawn of time. People telling you, oh, you're having protein. Oh, powder. Oh, that's bad for your body. Oh, you shouldn't have, if you're not working out, you should not have that. Oh, the liver. Oh, some organ is going to fail if you have too much protein and whatever. Said people who are eating gummy bears all day, you know? And I always thought that one is the limit. And anytime like my wife would make like protein ice cream for me and whatever, I'm like, you know, you cannot eat that. It has protein in it. Stop it. Like a protein powder is something that shouldn't be consumed more than 25 grams. And then I just search on Reddit and ask ChatGPT and ask Twitter and whatever. And everyone's like, yeah, dude, sometimes I have 2 scoops in one shake in the morning, 2 scoops in one shake in the evening. And I'm like, what? I could have just substituted, like, I don't eat a lot of meat. Like if like I eat like 3 eggs in the morning, that's not a lot of protein. And then for lunch, I might have like a piece of meat, 2 pieces of meat max, but I'm not one of those gym bros who are like, oh, I eat chicken all day, you know? And I was, anytime I was trying to lose weight, I was probably never hitting my weight goal, my protein goal in the day. So I was like, okay, this time I'm going to track it with fucking AI and whatever. And I even added, you can upload images if you want. So if you don't, like, I don't believe in this, but I added it because of the hype. People wanted, let me take a picture of my chicken salad and AI is going to tell me how many calories. No, it fucking won't. But if you want that, if you don't want to write these descriptions in Benji, you can just choose an image of whatever and it's going to tell you how many calories approximately are in that image. I find that even with super detailed description, this is not, like, AI cannot be as accurate as if you would know the exact macros for what you're eating. But I want to be at least in some ballpark figure to know if I'm getting enough protein per day. So, sorry, I'm almost gonna drown here. From all the water that I've been sipping, I'm having this like air build up and come down, so it's been hard to talk. So this is my go-to meal. Sometimes I even have it 2 times per day to a point that I'm sick of it. It tastes like a chocolate pudding. It's like, especially when you do it with chocolate protein powder, it tastes like a chocolate pudding, and with the fruit is fucking delicious. So let me just save that as I don't know, super healthy. And yes, and this is gonna be logged. And now if you just refresh the data here, or if you press Alt and R, like the AI, like, because the AI is working in like a background worker thingy, and it's gonna enhance it for you. And now you can see your macros here, like carbs, protein, fat, and calories. So I had that, and let me log one more. So I had today 3 eggs, cherry did I have 4 eggs or 3? No, I had 3 eggs, cherry tomatoes, few slices of, what the fuck was that? Gran Padano cheese. Do you know that in cheddar cheese there's a lot of protein? That is blowing my mind. A few slices of Gran Padano cheese. I don't know how to spell that. And what the fuck else did I have? Yeah, cottage cheese. I also started doing this in the mornings. I'm gonna add recipes soon to Benji, and they're gonna be shareable. So when you go to my profile, you like it's not like I'm doing some fucking crazy things, but I think it would be nice if people can get inspired and they see, you know, some simple things you can add in your life to add more protein and whatever. Learn about nutrition from the 100 kilo guy. Hey, I'm 99.6, you fuckers. Graham, and it's such a, you know, once you get, like, this is the first time in life I get to the word, like, first time I see 100 on the fucking scale. And when you're 99, no one says shit. No one tells you, you cannot do that. You're 99 kilos. No one even mentions it. You tell people that you're 100. Everyone is like, stop it. You have 100 kilos. And you're like, yeah, I was just going to, you know, I was just going to grab a glass of water. Like, no, I have 100 kilos. So now when I'm 99.6, you can all shut the fuck up in the comments. Cottage cheese. Yeah, so that's what I had. It was a large thing and it was super healthy. I would call it healthy. I put super healthy for things that are for things that have green things in them. If it has like kale and it's borderline disgusting, then you can put super healthy. Everything else is healthy. Also, the AI can classify this for you. I just prefer answering this one manually. I want to over-engineer this to a point where in settings you can choose which information has come from the AI, which information comes from you. And you can also do this if you've been using Benji. You can go to previous meals and you can go click here and click on Analyze with AI and it's going to do the things. Anyway, so this has been my meals. No, actually, these are not my meals so far. So let's just continue. Handful of almonds. This will blow your mind, dude. Handful of cashews and raisins. So I had this as a small, I would say medium snack. These have shit ton of calories and I cannot, shut the fuck up. This is not 160 calories. This is not 160 calories. This is way more. This is where I would correct it and I would put here, like I would go in macros and manually do like 250 calories. Anyway, I don't want to go too much into it, into the feature of Benji. I want to talk more about the macros and whatever. It's like, I calculated with ChatGPT how many calories do I need to do per day in order to arrive at 85 kilos on 1st of September. And it told me you got to do around 2,200, whatever, according to your workouts. I think it can be a little bit more, but I put the number here. It's all like ballpark figures until you sit down and actually measure meals, which I cannot fucking do. I hate it. I even hate doing this. As you can see, for today, I haven't logged it. For yesterday, I haven't logged half of my meals. I don't fucking like calorie tracking. What can I say? Or logging my meals because I have way too many. If I had 3 things per day, it would be, easy peasy. But because I have 17, actually, since I decided I want to lose weight, I started eating more meals per day. But the big change I'm doing this time is I'm trying to base them around protein. I'm trying to have a lot of protein in the day. And now when I go to walk my dog and I'm in my state of, I want to get some garlic bread. Instead of that, I get like a protein milk thingy. So I had it twice per day and then twice a shake. And still on some days, I cannot get to 200 grams of protein. So a lot of times, I've been doing this for 4 days. So in the first day, like this was set to 200 grams. I'm like, this is fucking impossible. So now I set it to 150 grams of protein per day. And I think it's achievable. I just got to learn to eat more meat. So anyway, that's like, I'm talking like how long it's been, like 12 minutes about the weight and the protein, whatever. Let me know if you have some fucking advice there. Except, don't be a fat fuck and don't eat too many times per day. That's like this. I think nutrition, dude, like all of this is cool to, show off and be like, look at my grams of whatever. But the reality is like simple and everyone can know, like, you can just approximately know if you're getting enough nutrients or enough protein or enough whatever in the day. So I know for myself, if I get 3 eggs, then I would probably have to have like 4 scoops of whey per day to get like 100 grams. And the eggs would be, I don't know how much would be. I think they're around 20-ish grams. How much protein in 3 eggs? I think it's around 20 grams if I'm not, 18 grams. So whatever. That's still, I would be missing 30 grams of protein. I can get like a big piece of meat, 2 big pieces of meat, some cottage cheese and Greek yogurt on the side, and I would easily hit 150 grams without fucking tracking it here. And I know how much food is enough for me during the day, but this is, it's nice having little, charts and progress bars and whatever. So those are the things I'm doing diet wise. I also have this, which I unfortunately cannot share with you guys. So I said, I'm going to share this feature with other people once I write terms and conditions that you're not going to blame me if you die. So you have to be like, when you go up there in heaven and hell or whatever, you go somewhere in space, you cannot be like, it's Kitze's fault if you don't take your allergy pills because of a bug in Benji. So I got to write that document before I let you use this. But it's been useful and I made it even more useful. So now from the home widget, I can log that this morning. For example, I had my allergy pill, so I can click on this and I can say taken. I also added this taken, skipped, or missed. So a lot of times you can say whether you have intentionally skipped a medicine or you can mark. People are like, why don't you use Apple's fucking thing? Because Apple's fucking thing is not as advanced. It's a simple medicine tracker. You cannot even track a pill that you had 1 hour ago. So you can track pills now. But the Apple medicine thing has nice pill shapes and whatever and colors and bullshit. Like this is straight up functional. So creatine, I said that it's a prescription just so it appears in the widget, even though no one prescribed it to me. I'm taking creatine every day. I'm taking collagen. I made the mistake a few days ago combining collagen, I don't know if you pronounce it that way, with athletic greens and then chocolate whey. So don't mix anything green with anything chocolate. I wanted to vomit. It was freaking horrible. And someone on Twitter mentioned that collagen, like I mentioned, oh, I cannot hit my protein goal, help me. And people are like, eat meat, you fucking dumbass. And someone was like, you can have collagen peptides. And I'm like, I'm not sure I'm having some collagen. And then I read the fucking thing and it says collagen peptides. And I'm like, wait a second, I've been having this all along. And I turn it around and it says 20 grams of protein. What? I didn't. And then, of course, someone, it's like, I asked my people, and this is not the right type of protein because it's missing amino acids. So you cannot count it in your protein, whatever. Oh, fuck my life, dude. I just want them to invent something that's like, yeah, Ozempic exists, but something like that I can use, shove pills all day and then eat whatever the fuck I want, and then I'm ripped all the time. That's what I want from life. I also had athletic greens and I have whey protein, and I realized this can be a little bit faster because the process with the loading spinner and the yada yada yada, it's a little bit annoying, but I will do it. Anyway, I said here 2 scoops of whey protein, but I should increase this to 3 because 2 is not enough per day. Now, the only problem, okay, we're done with that. The only problem, and I'm done talking about nutrition, is protein is fucking expensive. And I noticed that now that I have 3 to 4 scoops per day, that I'm going through the freaking box like way quicker. And I don't like, I'm saying that it's expensive, but at the same time, I cannot answer to you how much does it cost because I'm a dumbass. And I guess that's the only downside. But it's weird how as people we focus on the price of these things, but then you don't have a fucking idea how much you spend at a restaurant or eating garbage snacks or doing like random fucking things. Like, it's weird how do we look at money like only when it comes to like, hey, let's start ordering organic meat. No, it's actually 2 times whatever. But then you're like, hey, let's grab a large pizza. Oh yeah, get 2. That's stupid fucking humans. Yeah, we've been trying with my wife to get a little bit more organized on the money front. We tried using, because we haven't been disciplined at all. So currently we're using 2 banks. We're using Millennium Bank and we're using Revolut Bank. So the money, all the money arrives. Oh, dude, speaking on the money topic, like I need to talk about my accountant and how I got my ass roasted on Twitter for 5 seconds before I deleted a tweet. So we're going to get to the freaking Revolut banks and whatever, but I need to talk about this. So I get an email. I'm going to actually read. Fuck it. I get an email from my accountant who's fucking had it with me saying, hi, this is the end of our contract. I hereby forcefully terminate the collaboration between me and you because I'm sick of your shit. He didn't say it that way, but he said the polite version of it. You've been late with providing documents, blah, blah, blah. And he also said, you've been late with payments. I haven't been late. I missed 1 email. Oopsie daisy. I missed one. Like, he's sending, like, this guy is milking the shit out of me, dude, every month. Even on the months when I don't report taxes, I'm like, hey, and he sent like 3 invoices, and I'm like, why am I paying you 2 invoices this month? And he's like, well, even when we report an empty month, like we still need to get, and I'm such a dumbass / nice person. And I'm like, I cannot do, one day I'll change him. For now, fuck it. Let's just pay him 100, 300, 400 euros. Just sending him money all the time. I missed because my emails arrive in missive and I clicked to add them as a to-do in Benji. And probably I've added one of them as a to-do in Benji, but I didn't. It probably went to a bottom of some list or I didn't look at it, whatever, and I missed one fucking payment. I 100% agree with him that he should dump my ass because I'm late with reporting. Ever since my wife stopped working for our company, I've been late every single month with reporting the invoices, 100%. But he made it also sound like I've been late with payments and this and that. I'm just a moron. I'm never, like, if I could do a sort of automation that someone can be like, hey, you need to pay me for this, and money automatically goes from my bank account to them, I would fucking do it just not to be bothered. But I'm a moron, and sometimes the two do slip somewhere, and I'm like, oopsie daisy. I never wanted to scam him for the last fucking thing. So what I do, me, the moron, not me, the moron, me, the, like, I want to be transparent to a fault with people. And I also, like, people have been listening to Kitze, me complaining about accountants, and people have been DMing me and replying like, haha, I'm the same, I'm also late, blah, blah, blah. And I wanted this to be a lesson, and I wrote on Twitter, oh my fucking god, my accountant just dumped me. I could have said that, but I also attached the fucking email without properly reading it first, and he says, you've been late with payments. And holy shit, Twitter sometimes can go like toxicity in the city. It can go to 100, and people are like, oh, so you haven't been paying your accountant? Oh, so you are owing taxes? Oh, you're laundering money? Like, you know, when Twitter, like some anonymous rabbit account with their fucking bullshit, Someone even screenshot it, and someone is like, hey, like, why would this such a self dunk? This is such a cell phone. And I'm like, yeah, I've been doing self dunking and self owning. Have you listened to Kitze? Have you listened to anything I've been saying? I don't care. Like, I'm fine with this. But people have been attacking way too much, and someone is like, it's not too late to delete this, dude. And I'm like, I don't want this to go viral. I don't want this to get to one of those tweets that have 100K likes, me being a moron with my accountant, because that's how people remember you. They'll be like, oh, this is the guy who's... No, someone is like, oh, so you haven't been paying your accountant? Who else are you not paying? I've paid every fucking single person that worked with me ever. I've never not paid anyone in life. So that's what pissed me off, and I deleted the tweet, and someone screenshot it, and it's like, oh, this guy wanted to get away with it. Shut the fuck up. And I wanted to address it later. I'm like, when you address it, more people come out of the woodworks with their like NFT avatars. I'm actually, shut the fuck up. So I was like, I'm going to address it in Kitzecast, and the people who listen to Kitzecast will be the people to know that your boy's a fucking donut, and I don't need to go and defend it on Twitter or whatever. So that's what happened with the accountant. Now, the taxes for last month are not paid. Oopsie daisy. Right? And I asked him, he's like, we're done here. And I'm like, yeah, but can we do one more month? I'm a moron, dude. And also, when I went to Macedonia, yeah, so let's go back to the conversation. Me and my wife had a conversation about the money and what are we going to do. So money from all of my things is arriving in Millennium. Then we distribute it. We don't put it in savings or investments or whatever. We just pull from the Millennium thing into Revolut, convert it to zloty, and to Polish złote, sorry, Polish person who listens to this. And then we divide it, like we put some in my account, we put some in her account, we put some in a joint account until one of the accounts is done. And then like my wife would text me, hey, account needs money. And I pull it from there. No budget, no plan for, hey, we're going to spend this much on that. We're going to spend this much in Barcelona, nothing. We just spend as much as we want to spend at any fucking given time. And we finally had it, and we're like, we got to get our shit together. We cannot keep doing this forever. So what we did is we did pockets in Revolut. I still want some simpler solution for this. So we did a bunch of pockets about things that we have to pay in the next 5-6 months, and we have to have money for those things, especially big expenses like my sister's wedding gift, or my daughter's birthday present, or my niece's birthday present, a bunch of other shit. So we put pockets, we lock them. We cannot withdraw money from them. I mean, she cannot. Well, like the person who creates the pocket can withdraw money, but we said that we're not going to withdraw money from them. And then we reserved a bunch of pockets for every single event, every single thing, like vacation. We're going this, we're going there, and we put money there. And we've never worked with a fucking budget. This is going to be fucking hard to, go to a place and then I have to see, oh, we have 370 left. Kill me. I don't want to do that. I know, like, this might sound spoiled or whatever, but that's how I got used to, like, I got spoiled. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. What can I say? I got used to living that way. But I noticed we're not putting nearly enough in savings. We're not investing enough. People are like, hey, my Nvidia stocks got us whatever. Like the only good thing that's happening is crypto. It's been like a banger lately, and we have made a lot of gains on it. But that's not long-term financial investment. I just want to have some flow for the money to go in certain places, So we'll see how that one will go. Me and my plans and my strategies, and they always last 3 days. And they're like, let's just YOLO it. Dude, life is easier when you YOLO it. I swear to God. I want to get to a point where I never have a budget in my life, or I never fucking do a calendar, plan, alarm, morning, whatever. You just YOLO it and live your life. But the funny thing is you can do this even without a lot of money and whatever. You can just live a YOLO. Anyway, this is a deeper topic. So yeah, what else happened except a billion things. Last time the podcast, I remember, it got cut off. I had a lot more things to talk about. Oh, let's speak about how long is this? 23 minutes. I think I'm gonna stop it at 30 and then make sure to record another one, because I don't want my disk space to I also added this feature in Benji called problems, and I forgot to add disk space as a problem. So if you go to Benji problems, you will see like these are things that I don't have a solution for, but they're annoying and I want to address them at some point. Not now. I don't have a task. I cannot have a task fix Wi-Fi stability issues because I don't know what the fuck that means. But I can keep complaining. I can go here and press L to complain that this has happened again. And for the Wi-Fi, I can press it a billion times because it's been happening. Yesterday, I finally decided to fucking relax. Yeah, that's another topic. That's another theme that I'm trying to... Oh, God, there's so many things we need to catch up. This is why this needs to be fucking daily and not goddamn weekly or monthly. I am not going to wait for a certain point of time when I'm going to start enjoying life. It's very hard for me to do this change, but I fucking had it with just waiting that one day when I get to a certain amount of MRR or certain amount of... It's not even about that. It's like... Work has been overtaking most of my day, and when it's not work, it's some activities that are parading as work, like being on Twitter being on YouTube, being whatever, because I've noticed, like when I'm on the treadmill, I've been on a treadmill 3 times this week. Um, I can watch YouTube because I control it. And I click around videos and scroll comments and I press J and L on my keyboard to move back and forth. And that tricks my brain into I'm doing something productive and I'm still controlling this. But I cannot play something on Disney Plus and just enjoy and watch it because that's passive and I'll be just flailing my arms and I'm watching. No, like I need to, but it's not a really productive activity because I've been watching diss track reactors and rap reactors. And speaking of rap, Eminem is dropping a new single today, probably when you watch this. So go listen to that. So it's not really productive, but it's just parading as productive or scrolling Twitter. Yes, sometimes you can find a tweet and it's good to be on top of things, but is it good to consume your entire life just thinking that you're doing something and you're like, yeah, but one day I'm gonna live. So I've been trying for one fucking day. I need to make a page in Benji called experiments or promises or something very log or just a Google Doc page, right? That not everything has to be a Benji feature. Where what the fuck did I wanna? Oh God, the ADHD is back. I wanted to create a problem that is annoying few times per day, not enough disk space. What the fuck do we do here? Computer, no, CD. So CD, we're gonna add the CD and then I'm gonna find it in the bottom and then I'm gonna log it because it's been annoying me now. I have to think in the middle of recording this, I have to think, do I have enough disk space to finish this recording, which has ruined one podcast already. But I've already tried clearing most of my disk space. That's it. I cannot optimize it even further. My solutions are upgrade the disk on Mac Studio. Shh, listen. You can hear Tim Cook laughing, right? You cannot fucking do that because it's some special fucking whatever bullshit. And also, with this trip to Macedonia, I think I finally admitted that I want to have one computer. I'm fine with having a desktop when I'm not traveling most of the time, but it takes one travel. And like I've been to Barcelona with Pedro recording the Raycast, and I'm like, oh no, this is on my main computer. Or no, don't have this flow. This is on my main computer. Speaking of that, of the Raycast thing, Pedro has messaged me today. He was like, hey, do you wanna like this is going to go live? Do you want to review it and give some remarks? And I'm like, I've been off of YouTube and it's blocked everywhere and I don't like I trust you, just release it YOLO it. So today probably even today when I'm recording this is live and when you're watching this is live. So go to Raycast to their YouTube channel and you can watch me talk about Raycast with Pedro. I have no fucking idea what have I been seeing. Yeah, I didn't like that in Barcelona I didn't have my main work computer so I can show him my real Raycast flows, but I have to have my laptop which doesn't have all the things and keyboard. Maestro is not synced and Better Touch Tool is not synced and whatever. And also every single program that I have, like I'm using Screen Studio to make recordings and it's like, it's not activated on this computer. Get more license seats or whatever. And I don't want to I deactivate and activate. There's so many programs that I deactivate and activate between the two computers that it's fucking annoying. And at this point, I'm like, I just want to have one computer and I want everything to be on it. I even built a CZ feature to make sure that everything is pushed to Git before I go to a trip or whatever. So let me actually show you that one. If I go here and I read Git info for all the projects, I can see the red ones. They mean that I haven't pushed some changes, but I don't want to do this before every trip. Like this has something posters appear when bench user signs up. Like I don't want to think about this. I want to get on the plane and be like, oh shit, I have some commits that I haven't pushed and then I continue my work. I don't want everything to be in the cloud and Git and whatever. Long story short, I want one computer for fuck's sake. So my thought process is like, I cannot upgrade the Mac Studio because Tim Cook is a dick, right? I cannot get a new Mac Studio because a Mac Studio with an M3 doesn't exist. It would be a perfect time to get an M3 Pro. But my problem is I'm not selling my devices. I have 2 Mac Minis just sitting there. We have 2 MacBooks just sitting on a shelf. And I'm like, I'm not going to put the Mac Studio on a shelf saying, one day I will make a music studio and a half. No, I'm not going to do that. So for now, I'm sticking to it, even though the performance of it drives me crazy a little bit because it could be a bit more performant in a lot of ways, you know, and I could have get a little bit more RAM than 32 gigs. And a little bit more storage, you know, but oh shit, I just got an email. Fuck me. 7 minutes ago from the government about my health insurance, whatever, because I guess the accountant quit and he didn't report empty, whatever, for this month. And I was supposed to do something and I'm going to do that. But I have priorities. I'm recording this podcast, right? I cannot deal with the fucking government and whatever. Speaking of, let's just connect it to one more thing that I wanted to say. When I was in Macedonia, I realized that, you thought that I was a donut until now? Wait until you hear how, like, This is a level of stupidity that deserves. I deserve an entire franchise in Macedonia called Kitze Donuts for this. I had this business since here, registered in Poland as a company, as a one-man company, just me by myself, for the last 6 years. So 6 years of this business being registered. Like a little donut that I am. I've been paying for health, how do you call it? Health insurance, like government health, like whatever the fuck, government health insurance, like the public health thing. And I've been going to private doctors all the time because when I get something, and I don't want to see if like a doctor will have an appointment 3 weeks ago, I want to find whatever doctor now, go to them, like the doctor with the Garmin watch and the fucking mohawk, he sees me for the first time, gives me a wrong diagnosis, I don't give a shit, dude. Just give me something on that day. And I've been paying for private health like a moron. Even there have been times where we've been paying for a private health subscription just so we can have a call and texting to a doctor and whatever. And I've been paying for public health. And every year there's been a change where you pay more for public health when you make more money. And you know your boy has been stacking them pounds, right? You know that your boy has been pulling these ships full of money, right? Which means like 90% of that goes to the government for taxes. And then on top of it, I pay shit ton of money, dude, for this health. One day you're going to get a, what is it called? Pension, not pension, the freaking retirement thingy payment. Fuck all of that. So I went to Macedonia. I went to, when we've been in Macedonia, of course, like, we've been there for like 16 days. Did I do this on day 1? Did I do this on day 2? You were like, no, probably chilling with family. Day 7? No, Kitze, you wanted to see your grandma. Day 8, day 9, last day, 1 hour before we go to the airport. This is not even funny anymore. It's not even, haha, 84K, I have this, like, no, I have no fucking idea. What is this satisfaction? I've been going to the bank with a shit-eating grin, dude. I've been happy. I'm like, I'm going to do this last moment. Why? I could have done it on time. So I went to the bank. I'm like, hi, I have an account here. And they look at the account numbers and they're like giggling, like, and I'm like, I haven't updated since I was in college. You should see my other account. And that one is empty because we moved everything to. You should see my crypto things, fuckers. And I'm like, I want to make sure that I can receive euros here. And they're like, sure you can, but it's complex. I'm like, how is it complex? And they're like, every time you receive a payment, it gets blocked, so it doesn't reach your account. It reaches our bank, and then you need to fill a form. And I'm like, with a pencil? And they're like, yeah, you got to fill it with a pen or a pencil or whatever the fuck you want. You got to take a picture and then send it to this email. And then they will let you know if it's approved or not. I'm like, I got to do this every month. And they're like, well, if you receive the same payments, I'm not. On the same date, I'm not. You can just fill a generic form. Otherwise, you have to do every month. And I'm like, well, the taxes are 11%. That's like less than 90%. And then I would have to pay 0 for public health. It's not called public health, whatever the fuck it's called, dude. And I'm like, I'm in. I would fill that fucking document once per month if I have to. So for now, only the CISI income is gonna go there. Everything else is gonna stay in Poland because I wanna, like, I don't know why, but I wanna have something in Poland, to have some registered activity that something is happening here. But eventually I wanna move all the big income in Macedonia and keep the smallish things. Well, there's no smallish things. Your boy Benji now is making 800 MRR, so, you know. Well, I would consider it smallish compared to the other things. But why am I a donut? Because I could have saved so much money on taxes, and I could have saved so much money on this public health fucking bullshit. I could have bought an apartment with all the money that I gave to whatever. Yeah, I love Poland. I love the country, whatever. But people literally invent citizenships to go to Dubai, to go to some fucking forsaken island, to go somewhere where they can pay less taxes. And I'm a legal citizen of Macedonia, and I can do this legally because I have a place there, and I haven't been doing it. I've been paying here because I'm like, oh, I want to do everything. Oh, whatever. That's been my attitude for things, and I'm fucking tired of it, you know? So I'm gonna correct that. And what else did they say? Yeah, in order to put the euros in Revolut, you would need to, like, it's also complex to send euros to another country because of reasons. So now I got a card in Macedonian dinars, and I would have to top up my Revolut in Macedonian dinars. It's going to be an entire thing, but I'm tired of being the person who's like, oh, I just don't want to do things. I just want things to be by and when you let things be by default, your accountant charges you shit ton of money. Like, life is just passing you by because you cannot be bothered, and you're leaving money on the table left and right because you cannot be fucking bothered. And I'm tired of being that person. That's it. So we talked about nutrition. We talked about money. The Macedonia trip, I told you that I ate too fucking much, and I've been eating delicious food, and I've been eating food like there's this biscuit called Plasma. You remember that I have like promised my daughter that for two Plasma biscuit. I promised my daughter that for 2 years I'm not gonna eat sweets because she is a baby and she's not gonna eat sweets. So also I'm not gonna eat sweets in solidarity. She doesn't give a fuck. Do you know why? Because she's a baby. She doesn't give a crap, dude. When I tell her these things, she doesn't give a flying fuck about me. So there's this biscuit called Plasma, which has been my guilty pleasure since I was a kid. I just loved biscuits and milk. And sorry if this making you like ruin ruin your diet and eat biscuits, but it is what it is. So I just asked ChatGPT, hey, is Plasma sweet? Because Plasma has this tagline on it. It says everything that you need. That's what it says. And also, it has like 3 little icons here. Niacin, thiamine, B6 vitamin. And then like on other packages, they have different vitamins. It says everything that you need. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Not trust this corporation? So I asked ChatGPT, is this a sweet? And ChatGPT is like, yes, biscuit is a sweet. And I'm like, yeah, but is it? And ChatGPT is like, yes, it fucking is. I'm like, yeah, but when you reach down deep in your LLM heart, is it? And it's like, yeah, it still is. And I'm like, well, somehow I declare it not a sweet. So every fucking night, dude, I would have one of these packages, which is like probably 1,000 calories if you eat the entire thing. Now, would I eat only one? No. Would I put 2 sometimes? Did my grandma send me like a grinded version to send to my sister and one for Maria? Yes, she did. Now, did I use the grounded version to enhance the 2-pack? Dude, I don't know what I've been fucking doing because I have cholesterol still. I'm on the verge. Like, we did a full blood check in Macedonia and like all of my fucking metrics are great, except the cholesterol is on the fucking limit, but it's on the limit, right? It's not over. It's just exactly, it should be under 5.4, I think. It's exactly 5.4. So your boy have been going at the fucking plasmas. Now we have a joke with my sister, like she was here the other day and she was eating whatever and she heard the story about me declaring the plasma not sweet and she's about to eat from this bread thingy and she's like, I declare you as healthy. And she takes a bite. So now that's a joke that I can just declare what's a sweet, what's not a sweet. So I've been killing myself with these plasmas every night and they're fucking delicious. What else has been going on? The temperature has been nice. It's been so fucking weird to get out, sit in a restaurant, and you just see it's sunny and pleasant. Until the last day when it's like 25 degrees. When I went to the bank, it was absolutely unfucking bearable. So I'm glad that we left whenever we left. We're planning to go next year, but it's going to be either entire March or entire April, just so we can catch that nice sunny period that we don't get here in Poland. When we arrived back in Poland, it was rainy as a mother because, of course, it was. Now it's good, and I regret not having the pool outside because we had 2 super hot days. So the good news is it's been super hot outside, and by super hot in Poland, it's like 26 degrees, boiling outside. Did I mention about that ChatGPT explaining to me about the humidity? I think I mentioned, but I'm not sure. So basically, the humidity here, increased humidity, and you know that increased humidity makes the temperature feel more like it's hotter, but the actual explanation is it shuts down your pores for sweating. And instead of cooling off through your pores with sweating, you're not. And that's how you perceive that it's even hotter. And I'm going to keep repeating this definition probably every 3 episodes because it makes me feel smart. And you didn't know it, right? You didn't fucking know it. You knew something. Humidity is something, something. So this is the National Geographic podcast. You're welcome. We're all learning here. I want to stick to a fucking train of thought. It's been hotter and it's been raining. And what else? I drove stick. So my father-in-law bought a car and I'm like, did you get automatic? And he's like, no, I didn't get automatic. I got a stick, manual shifter car. And we arrive at the airport and he's like, do you want to drive home? And I'm like, are you fucking crazy? I haven't drove stick in like 2-3 years. So let's go tomorrow morning and you're going to give me a grade whether I know how to drive or not. So I wake up at 6 a.m. ish and we go for a drive and I start driving the stick. And of course the car, like, I don't want to, sometimes I'm too harsh on myself. Yes, the car turned off probably 2 times in the entire drive. Yes, my father-in-law, if you're watching on YouTube, just did this. In the beginning, he was like, don't worry, even if you hit the car, even this and that, it doesn't fucking matter. Until the car turns off or you just rev it a little bit too much and immediately you just get... This is every guy with a car. When you lend their car and they're like, oh, don't worry, bro. You're my bro. You're my... As soon as the car shuts off, like, what are you couldn't more gap. It takes a little bit. What the fuck? But anyway, I've been driving and we've been driving for 2 hours, and I'm like, oh, okay, the memories are back. It's like, because I've been driving for like 10 fucking years with a stick, and it's like some piece, there's some memory there, but it needs to be unlocked. And it's like, oh, core memory unlocked. Now I can drive stick again. So it's been fine. So we went on the highway to visit my grandma's and whatever in the other city. And I go and I shifted into third, and I shifted into fourth, and I shifted into fifth, and I get above 100, whatever. And I try to shift into sixth, but it doesn't go. And I'm like, fucking car. And then, I shifted down thinking it has a sixth, what do you call it? Gear? But it didn't. I didn't know, because the previous cars that my dad drove, all of them had 6 gears. Now my dad reminded me the first one didn't, but that's when I was 12 years old. I remember. So I've been putting it down in like fourth, and because the radio was loud, I didn't hear the car going, but I could hear my father-in-law from his home just doing this. What are you doing, bro? So anyway, in the middle of the trip, I realized, oh shit, this doesn't have a 6 gear. One more thing I want to mention. Don't buy an electric car. Have I ever fucking mentioned that? We arrived in Warsaw. There hasn't been, because we drove to Warsaw and then took a plane just so it's like easier for the kid. Usually we would take a plane from Gdansk to Warsaw, but we didn't want the baby to take 2 flights. And we drove to Warsaw. The charging was actually fine. It was like super fast, like 20-ish minutes. We just had lunch, and even before we finished the lunch, the car just notified that the drive could be continued. But we arrived in Warsaw with 20%, and I was supposed to leave the fucking car for 2 weeks at the airport. And I'm like, okay, at night, where do we go? Because we had a few hours in Warsaw. What I hate with an electric car is, let me close this plasma tab because I keep staring at it and I'm having intrusive thoughts. The bad thing is, instead of thinking, let's go to a park, let's go to whatever, I have to think of my car battery. And is there a chance to go to a place where I can also charge my car? And every fucking charging station has a different app. The app might not work. The cable might get stuck. I even recorded a rant that I haven't posted, but I should post it at some point. It drove me fucking crazy. And anyway, we decided of all places to go to a mall. Instead of going, like, Warsaw has so many amazing activities, and we decided, fuck it, let's just go to a mall. So we went to a mall. There's been way too many cars, but I found a parking spot in one of the chargers, and I plug it in, and it says 7 hours. And I'm like, if we stay at this mall for like 1 hour, I'm not going to put like, fuck it, I'll just do this, when we come back or whatever. And then I see there's another charger that says fast charger, and I see a Tesla, and like, it was actually a fast charger, but this is in a mall, right? It's not a Tesla charger. Like, okay, I'm going to try to park there. But the flow of cars just doesn't stop, and no one is polite enough to let you find a position. Somehow, I positioned myself. It was super fucking tight, but your boy's a genius, right? So I go into that super fucking tight space, and I go out, and the cable can reach, but it can reach the other side of the car and not the left side of the car. So at this point, half an hour has passed of me trying to find parking. My wife is just with the baby in the mall, and I'm boiling here, just cursing. Other drivers are like, and I'm like in the car. You cannot hear from the windshield, but it's like whatever, inside. And I'm like, I'm not there. It was physically impossible to do the turn where you go with the front of the car, because it had like what do you call it? The structure of the mall didn't allow to go with the front of the car. It was too tight or whatever. And I just get pissed off out of there. I get out of it, and I get out of the mall actually while my wife is in there, and I start recording this rant while I'm at a stoplight, like fuck electric cars and never again and blah, blah, blah. Because what we want is, when we come back from Warsaw, I want the car to be full just to continue our journey. That was the fucking plan. And I just come back in the mall and park in the regular fucking parking spots, not a charging spot. And I'm like, these people are living in the future, dude. These people are living in the future. They can park wherever the fuck they want, right? And they can charge whenever the fuck they want. And it takes 1 minute. When we went to Macedonia and we went to the gas station with my father-in-law, and I'm like, I want to top up the car. I want to feel this feeling. And he's like, and I'm like, don't worry, I'll handle it. I'll take it from. And they did it under 1 minute. I felt like literally I got transported to the future. I'm like, you can stop. And these stops are like every few kilometers, you have like a gas station, and it tops up under 1 minute. What the fuck is this magic, dude? Also, in the event of apocalypse, there's zero chance that electric chargers will continue working. Like the entire infrastructure, the Tesla payment system, all of that shit just gets shuts down. But you can still shoot a zombie and find gas and whatever, right? Fucking kill me. So we go on a trip. I leave the car with 20%. We come back, the car is 17%. So if I came back and we had a gas car, it would have taken 3 hours to drive to Krakow, where we were supposed to go for the AppJS conference, which I was so excited about that we even cut the trip short in Macedonia to go to the AppJS conference. I wanted to meet so many people and whatever. I could have went and drove straight from the airport. We arrived at 7:45. We would have been there very quickly in like 3 hours. And because the car wasn't charged, we had to pay for a hotel to stay the night. Now, I also don't want to be the person who's gonna to the airplane and then rush and drive and whatever. I'm like, okay, fine, this is fine. We're gonna rest. We don't have to do everything in one day. The kid is also tired. She can sleep in the hotel room. Booking a hotel room, not a bad idea. I also booked one with an electric charger this time. And I go out. Oh, no. Wait. I'm skipping a day. So the morning when we were supposed to go, so many fucking things happen. The morning we were supposed to go to the freaking to Macedonia, to the airport. I don't know what time was it exactly, but I know we didn't have a lot of time. And my wife is like, okay, I'm packing, and I'm like, I'm done with the packing and things. I'm gonna go in the car and I'm gonna try to charge it somewhere. I still have the hope that I'm gonna find this magical supercharger out of nowhere, and I'm gonna charge the car before we go. And I have less than 1 hour, dude. So I open the charge map, whatever app, and I find something across the hotel. I'm trying to find the parking, just cursing, through the windshield because all the time. And sorry if you're listening to audio, I was just making faces as if I was talking into the car, in the car. So I find the freaking thing and I park and there's no cables. Okay, so I'm carrying my own cable and I plug it in. The cable is too short. So I plug it, I fucking park from the other side. I plug in. It says it's not charging because it needs A, B, and C. Now, my phone is completely blocked until 9 a.m. So I cannot install new apps because this bloody thing needs an app. But it's like you can scan the QR code and go to this website we can pay. So I scan the QR code with my phone. I open my laptop. So I'm sitting in the cold, just on my knee. I have the laptop propped and I'm going to this URL to pay. So I go, I pay. They take 50 euros from my account, just any case. So they revert it back. Hopefully, maybe. Have I checked my account? Oopsie daisy, I don't know. Okay, they did all of that, and then the bloody fucking mother flipping car is not charging. So I try to kill the app and I close it, and guess what happens when I open the web app? It says, welcome to the app, do you want to charge? So it doesn't even know that I'm the person who paid and I'm the person who's charging my car. So now, dude, boiling meter, 1 billion. If someone just came to me that moment and wanted to offer me a fucking Yugo car to swap for this Tesla, I would be like, fuck it. No, maybe not a Yugo, but a Golf 6, buy immediately. I would be like, here's the fucking Tesla. See you. I don't want to deal with this shit. So I need to call customer support. So I call that fucking moron who works there, right? I'm like, hello, yeah. My car is not charging. And he's like, where are you, sir? And I'm like, literally the hotel name, whatever, the place. And I'm like, it's the place. He's like, yeah, but what street is it on? Google it. Be on a computer. You're a customer rep. You're probably playing Farmville or whatever on your computer, right? Open a new tab, find it. And I'm opening Google Maps and I'm like, I open Google Maps and I find a thing and I tell him the street and he's like, just give me a second. Takes him 3 minutes. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to fix it. And now it should be able to charge. So try again. I tried again. It's charging. I charged for 10 minutes. For 10 minutes while I was ranting for Twitter how much I hate electric cars and how I hate everything and fuck this fucking bullshit. Meanwhile, my wife is like, where are you? We're supposed to be on our way to the airport because we have a lot of luggage. We were transporting a new car seat that's supposed to stay in Macedonia from here to Macedonia, and the bloody thing was beeping. So we were supposed to be at the airport earlier, right? And I'm still stuck with the car. So he charges like 3%. He charged 3% and we go to the airport. And at the airport, I park on Kiss and Fly, and we run with all the bags and all the things to the freaking thing. So she takes one bag, she takes another bag, and the fucking car seat is beeping unless you prop it on the leg thing. So I'm like, I didn't think of this. And it has batteries, but I don't have a tool, a multi-tool. I heard on a dad podcast, this dad saying, oh, dude, I never leave without a multi-tool. I always have, like some sort of thingy that has all the things on it, like a screw and a knife. And I'm like, oh, what a nerd. Why would you need this? And now I thought of him. I'm like, oh, this is why you need this, because you might need a fucking thing for it. And I didn't have that. So I'm like, think, and my wife is trying to Google, and I'm trying to chat GPT, and the lady's tapping her leg there, just being, fucking tired of her bullshit. And it's so awkward walking into an airport with like a mountain of bags, and we go, and the beep is so loud, and she's like, beep, beep, beep. And so many people just throwing a glance like, this is it, this is our goodbye. They're waiting for me to say the word and just blow myself up. So the bloody thing was beeping, and I was trying to, and the night before we went on a trip, I was cleaning up shit from my car because we didn't have enough space to pack all the fucking things with an extra car seat and extra bags and extra shit. So I had like a box which had a bunch of things, including some strings and some wires and a bunch of crap. And I'm like, oh, where would I need this? You would need this to tie the leg around the car seat. know that. I didn't have any string type of material with me to tie the bloody thing. And people are suggesting around me, oh, take off your shoelace. And whatever. How the fuck am I going to go without a shoelace to Macedonia? It's stupid. So I pulled a USB-A cable and I wrapped that bad boy around and as hard as I could. And as soon as I did that, like sweat pouring, this lady boiling, like we're late for the freaking thing. The car is sitting at Kiss and Fly. And as soon as I wrap that USB-A cable up, you hear the leg just dropping 1 millimeter. Beep. And I'm like, it's all Elon's fault. If I had a normal car, we would have been on time in the bloody fucking airport and this would not have happened, right? And a guy sitting above me is like, why don't you go to the wrapping station and just wrap where they wrap the luggage? And I'm like, thank you, you're a savior. So we wrap the thing, we put the leg in the clicky, the guy wraps it, and it doesn't beep anymore. We deliver it in a place. And then I have to go park my car. So I'm running, I go outside and I'm like, where's the parking? And the guy's like, just 5 minutes there. Make it part of the airport, right? Don't make it 50 minutes away from the airport, Warsaw. So I drove to the fucking thing and there's like big, dude, am I like a complainer or is the world designed bad? I think the world is designed bad. I think everyone is losing and out of their minds, dude. So I go to the ramp over the parking. There's no cars, there's no waiting, there's no guy, nothing. And there's like big giant cones in front of the ramp. Meaning it doesn't work. So I'm like, oh, this is not the exit. So I go around and I see I'm going to enter the city. And I'm like, there's no time for this shit. So I go in reverse through the entire street, driving really fast just to go back to those cones. And I see a fucking donut waving at me. He removes the cones and tells me that's the entrance. How the fuck should I know? Seriously. And at this point, I'm losing my mind. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude? And then I'm like, I thought, I'm going to click on the thing. And then he's going to give me a ticket. I park the car. And then we come back. I put the ticket. I pay. And we go out. That's how every parking worked, except this one in Warsaw. A guy comes out with a fucking notebook. He starts writing bullshit. He's like, a name, address, car registration. He's in front of you. He writes the things and all the things. And at that point, I'm like, oh, fuck it. And I park the car. And now I'm like the entire parking lot is like surrounded by a red fence. And I'm like, you can do that donut thing where you run in a direction and you assume there's a door or a gate out of that, but probably there's not. So don't fucking do it. Or you can ask someone. There's no one to ask. The parking lot is empty because I already went to the middle of the parking because before I thought of this. I start running in the back and someone is like, the exit is there. And I'm running and I'm running and I'm running. And of course I have my big ass backpack on me. And I see my wife and I'm like, let's go to the fast check-in thingy. And we pay for the fast check-in. And the guy who saw me that I want to pay for the fast check-in is like, why did you security lane. He's like, why did you pay for that? You already have it because you're with a kid. You saw me. You saw me. Why didn't you stop me? The machine was next to him. He let me pay. And he's like, you already have that. Anyway, we make it to the gate and we see that we're not late. And like we enter the plane and I'm boiling and I'm like boiling like physically, mentally, and sweat pouring over me. I'm like, why are we like that? It's all Elon Musk's fucking fault. That's it. Fuck. I'm afraid I'm going to run out of disk space. Let me check the disk space. Kill me. Now I'm good. There's 54 gigabytes left. I can do this for one more hour. But I want to tell you like the second part of the trip. So we come back in Warsaw. We're supposed to go to Krakow the next day or that day if you had a gas car, right? And I go to charge the car on the parking lot. Like this is at night. Already tired. We're supposed to wake up early. We're supposed to feed our daughter in the morning and everything. And I'm like, okay, be calm and collected. You bought an electric car. This time you did the smart thing. You booked a hotel with a charger. What can go wrong? Wait for it. So I go and I ask the lady at the reception, where are your chargers for the hotel? And she's like, oh, they're not from the hotel. They're from already boiling. And I'm like, yeah, what? And they're like, it's a third party company called whatever. And on the way there, I just tell my wife, just unlock my phone. I need to have access to apps and shit. So I install this stupid fucking app. I sign up. I add a credit card to the super secure field and everything. I'm just ready to plug in my car, just pay and just go to sleep for the night, right? So the charger is on the other end of the motherfucking parking. So I drive there. There's no cable, of course. I pull out my blue ass cable, which takes half of my frunk. The frunk is the front trunk of an electric car. Kill me. And the thingy says loading, and it never stops fucking loading. The car says error, not sufficient energy, not charging. At that moment, I want to set the parking lot on fire, right? So I see that they have customer support, but it works only until midnight. Thankfully, it was like 10 p.m. And I'm like, if this was after midnight, I don't know what I would do, because you cannot unplug. You can unplug the cable from your car, but you cannot unplug it from the charging station because it's locked, because it's trying to latch or whatever the fuck it's trying to do, dude. And I'm like, I call, and he's waiting. Probably the guy playing Minesweeper on the computer. He's like, hey, how can I help you? And I'm like, hi, I'm the hotel X, Y, and Z. And he's like, address? And I tell him the fucking address. And he's like, oh yeah, I see there's a problem with the machine. I would have to restart it. And I'm like, sure, I'll wait. And he's like, oh, it might take 10 to 15 minutes. What do you do? What do you do? It's the middle of the party. Like, there's not a bench I can sit in my car and wait, but I want to be in the hotel with my baby and my wife, and I want to go to sleep. I don't want to wait. So naturally, I go to the first supermarket, overeat on food, just hating everything. I go to the hotel room, come back, just walk, come back. The machine fucking is restarted. I try the other thing, it plugs, and it says it's going to be charged in the morning. It charges me whatever. Exact same price. Like, people think that electric cars are cheaper, electricity is cheaper, whatever. It's not. It's exactly the same, including you have to pay for hotels, and you have to pay for your mental health to go down, and your nerves and your brain cells and everything else. So I see a message in the morning says that it stopped charging at like 4 a.m. or whatever, but now it's continued to charging me for taking the parking spot, even though there's no other cars that want to take that parking spot, kill me. And in the morning we decide I'm not going to the conference, but we're going to go back to Gdansk, and we go back. We started driving back home. On the drive back home, there was no other cars at the supercharger. It charged in 20 minutes and we arrived home with 20% battery. So I'm like, traveling in summer is great, and I should listen to the app when it says go now. Usually I would stay for way longer. I would stay for like 20 more minutes to charge for no fucking reason. I could have just went exactly at that minute. I just don't trust this percentage shit that might leave me stranded on the road. So I always stayed longer, but this time it said 20 minutes. We're still eating. And after 5 minutes we left, and I'm like, if there were more superchargers, so there's like, and they're always empty, and the charging is like 10 to 15 minutes, I think it's doable. By the time you go to the toilet, you grab coffee, whatever, it's doable. But I'm definitely on the edge of the nerves. Like, if I had shit ton of money right now to throw away, that I can lose 30, I'm going to lose 30K on this car. I bought it for 60 something K. I'm going to sell it for 30K. If I sell it for 30K, I'll be lucky. With full self-driving and all of that shit. I don't care about full self-driving, honestly, at this point. I was driving my father-in-law's car, which didn't even have lane assist. It didn't even have the thing, what do you call it in English, that keeps your speed at the same fucking speed. It didn't even have that. And I'm like, holy shit, you can get used to anything. You don't even need lane assist and none of that shit, backup camera, all of that. I thought, no, without full self-driving, how will I live? And I watched some reviews of BMWs and Mercedes cars, which actually have some more advanced things than Tesla cars. Just Tesla found a way to market these basic features as autopilot. I'm talking about the basic thing, not the real full self-driving, which is in USA. So anyway, if I had money to throw away right now, I would definitely sell this for 30K. Then we'll add another 70K, and I would buy a plug-in hybrid from Mercedes or BMW, and just get it over with, because plug-in hybrids would be the ideal solution. Drive on electricity in the city and then go to a trip and just fill in the tank. And it's like, I don't know why no one sees it as the best fucking solution ever, but that's it, dude. That's it. I don't know. Anytime I say I'm not going to talk about this car anymore, I just want to drill down the point to the fucking end so all of you donuts understand that just because Ali Abdal and 3 other fucking YouTubers have it and nerds, it's like every tech nerd's dream to make it in life, to have a startup, to make whatever, to drive the white Tesla with the white seats. They get dirty. They get very, very dirty. They're not that comfortable. The glass roof, you don't see it. You see in front of you. You're staring at the battery percentage. I've never seen the glass roof in my car. Tell me if there, maybe there's not a glass roof. I haven't seen it. They were cutting off the glass roof when I bought it. First week, jokes aside. There was a misalignment because Elon is shitposting on Twitter instead of aligning his cars, and I had to cut off my entire roof and put a new one. But it's still everyone's dream in the tech world. Go dream of something else. I don't know, a better car. That was a trip in Macedonia, I guess, more or less. I'm probably missing on a bunch of things that happen. In the world of startups, I guess we can continue talking about what's going on this week and the Sizzy AppSumo launch and a bunch of other shit in the next one, because I don't want to make these longer than 1 hour. Even though this feels like a waste of time, I felt it's productive, and I like that I'm catching up with you guys, and hopefully we're going to do it daily, because it makes me feel also more accountable, I guess. I finished a cold shower and a workout today, and anytime I do the cold shower, I was singing so loud in the cold shower, I feel like we're back, Once I do my workout, and I do a cold shower, even though a workout and a warm shower, we're not back. But workout and a cold shower, we're so fucking back. We've never been more back than ever. My next trip is end of July. Until then, KitzeCast is going to be daily. So make sure to subscribe, comment, send it to your grandma, share it places. And thank you very much for listening. If you listen until the end, I don't know what to tell you. You are really a fucking donut. So leave a donut in the comments and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.